I used to stay up all night trying to find my place, chasing neon lights and looking for some kind of trace.
Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you getting into my sinking funds. I am ready to close these out. I don't have any other transactions that are going to come out this month, so I am ready to move on. I was looking at, I was thinking beginning of this month when I set them up with you guys that I wasn't going to have any transactions, but I actually had one transaction. I decided to buy birthday gifts early. Now my son, my 19, almost 20-year-old son loves Legos, and that's all he ever asked for Christmas and birthdays. So I went ahead and went on to lego.com, got the ones I couldn't get for Christmas because we didn't have enough to cover it. And because I had already reached the $300 limit that we wanted to spend on Legos for him, between me and the rest of the family, we kind of pull our money together and do that. I went ahead and bought his Legos. So that's the only transaction that I have. The rest of these, I'm just going to kind of draw a line straight through because these are all zeros and nothing changed there. And we're going to subtract 30207, and that is going to give our ending balance. So I do want to total up and add each little bit I have for each sinking fund. I do have several sinking funds: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, well, no, 15. Dividends don't count. So I have 15 sinking funds, and that's because in this account I track, and it's one savings account because I only move money in and maybe once or twice move money out to pay for something. And because it's one bank account, I can transfer the amount that I spend to my credit card and just make a payment to my credit card from this actual account. I don't think of it any different. It's just the sinking funds account, even though it's a savings account. Amazon Prime got $12. It gets $12 every month. I do change these up a little bit depending on what's going on, but I did get $12 here. So 32 plus the $12 gave me an ending balance of $77.32. I will apologize for the handwriting. Trying to write on this coil and straight on is not easy. So next we have Google Storage. I have 834 already to begin with from last month, and I'm adding 833. Where I get these numbers are, I take the total of what I spend on an item in the previous year and then divide it by 12, and that's what I plan for the next year. So like Google Storage is $99.99 divided by 12 gives me $8.33. I usually don't count these numbers here, and if I need to add more, I always get a little bit of dividends in this, just a little 30 40 cents a month. Not a lot to really make it a big difference, but enough to give change in certain areas where I'm a few cents off. So because of this rounding number here. So that's what I have, and that's how I figure my sinking funds every month. And because I don't pull cash out, I don't like using cash for sinking funds, and then I don't like taking money back to the bank after I've already pulled it out of the bank. It's just a lot, and I don't have this particular bank near me. We have a Navy Federal Credit Union, and we were Navy for 26 years, so they were everywhere we went. Now we live in Kentucky, and they're not here. The closest one here is like 2.5 hours away. So I just do everything online, and I do everything electronic, and it works fine. We like doing it. We were doing this before. I rarely went to the bank unless I was getting cash for some like vacations and stuff. I never really went to the bank for anything. So next I have is Apple 365. So 365 is Microsoft 365, and I have $15.26, and I'm going to add $6.51, and that gives me $21.77. Many of these I've had for a while. everything in here is either subscription based annually, or it is an annual or quarterly bill that needs to happen, like home maintenance here. This is a unique one. We're funding it this month. The money's already been deposited in the account, so I have that already in there. It was $532.77. I'm adding $67.23, giving me an even $600. To me, this is fully maxed. This is what my husband and I have decided to max this particular category out in sinking funds, because it's for us to be able to make a service call to a plumber or electrician or somebody that charges $200 or $300 an hour or more. We have $600 put aside for it, and then when we use it, we'll just start building it back up to this number again. Okay, Orkin spray comes quarterly. I'm doing $47 a month, so 47 times 2 is $94 here. CKY Landfill, this is our trash company. This is quarterly as well. Had to think about that. $39.20 plus 30. This will, oops, that's not right. There we go. So this is $69.20. Next month, I won't be putting as much into it. I think it'll be like, I think it's off by $10, $15. The bill has come in. I get the bill in the previous month, and then it auto drafts the next month. So they notify me 30 days in advance, which is kind of nice. So I have that, and that comes to me quarterly. And next month you'll see me do something different than $30. On average, I put $30 in because it's on average just below $90 a quarter. So that's what I do here. And then when it auto drafts, it comes out of the credit card, or it's paid by the credit card, and then I make one payment to the credit card from this account. Southern States Propane, it's $20 times 12. That's $240 a year. Depending on propane prices and depending on how much of the propane we use for our fireplace throughout the year, we're still using ours. It's on right now. It's cold. My husband's in the living room freezing. So that is something we like having as the fireplace, and the propane is only used for the fireplace. It's just it's a propane fireplace, and so we have them come out once a year, and this is enough to cover the cost of whatever fluctuation is going on in propane prices and how much we need to fill the tank up. So there you go, and that's 60 plus 20 is obviously 80, and then Kentucky County tags and taxes. So this is for our vehicles. We have $233.64, and I'm only adding $13.50. That should be coming up kind of soon, this summer, I think, or at least by August. We moved here August of 2022, so that's probably when we did our registrations. So this is based on for 2 vehicles that are older, and $247.14 is the total. And this will get me to the total that we paid last year for all this stuff. Registration and tags and county and state, and it's different everywhere you go. It's just what you pay and who you pay it to. So we're just trying to save up for that and make sure we have plenty for that. And then Xander Identity Theft, I really like them. And I do $12 a month. And then that is $60 right now we have built up. I think that comes out in October every year, something like that. Norton Utilities, that comes out in December, January timeframe. That's for my husband's laptop. And I have $5.70 left, and then I want to add $5.33, and that'll get me back to what we had last year. $11.03 is what we've got saved there. So I had $300 plus 100 minus 302.07. There we go. So that is $97.93. I might round that up next month and just add change to it in order to get that to an even number, because I like doing it in $100 increments. So that's pretty cool. But I'm excited for my son. He loves Legos. He loves the brand of Legos that he gets, and I'm excited. I'm excited for him to get what he wants this year. Cell phone tech. This is just a category that we fund. Last time I used it, I pulled $500 out, and I didn't even use it for cell phone tech, but what I used it for was priceless. So it was definitely worth it. I'm not planning to get a phone anytime soon. My sons have newer phones. My husband's got a newer phone. So we're all good, and nobody needs new iPads or tablets, so we're all good there. I'm just going to build this back up again, and by the time it's built back up, I'll probably end up buying a phone because I have an 11 Pro Max, and I'm wearing it out, and I need to think about that. So $105.81 plus the $50 I put a month is $155.81. There we go. Activities fund. This is zoo, aquariums, things like that. If the family wants to go out and have a day and we don't have enough in the buffer of the checking account or didn't have extra money come in, I can use this activities fund. Sometimes we pay for hotel rooms when we're traveling to visit family and stuff like that. This will be used as part of that. $225.19. And that is $50. If I was using hotels to visit my friend and my parents, I would pull from this, but because I'm staying at my friend's house and staying at my parents' house, I don't have any expenses like that, just the flight there. $275.19. And then Canva, that's due in April. I have $100 and I put $10 in, and that's $110. When it hits in April, it's $119 and some change. I'll probably change this to the exact number. I think I have the exact number in here. If not, I can look up my billing in, what's it called? My billing in Canva itself. Okay, I am back. I had to take a quick phone call really quick while I was talking about Canva. Canva is just under $120. It's like $119 and some change. I don't have the actual number here, but when it hits the bank account, I can take it out next month. I'll have $120 in there next month, plenty of money to cover it. And then with the change, I'll make adjustments as I go along on trying to get it back into like even numbers. So no problem there with the Canva. Epidemic Sound is the music you hear at the beginning and throughout my videos, and I really like their music, and that was $48 plus $12. That should be $60, yeah. That comes out on the credit card as well once a year. And then dividends, I like to track the dividends because I like for my total to be the exact number of what the bank account. That's why I count the change so much in my videos. If that's not something that you need to do, then don't worry about it. You can do however you want to do, but what I like to do is I like to match this number with my bank account so that I know we are okay. So I'm going to go across this way and then see if it's the same as going down. So we know we started with $1,835 and 24 cents, and we added $444 and 24 cents, and we took out $302 and 7 cents. So we should have, let's see, don't worry about that, $1,977 and 41 cents. Let's see if I come down and it does what it's supposed to say. Oh, I forgot to total this up. I did get dividends. Like I said, I do get dividends. I just let it sit in there and I total it up to get the accurate number of my bank account more than anything. That's what this is for, $1.35. Now, at the end of the year, I usually kind of either add it and fund something else and bring it to zero, or I just let it keep balancing forward. It doesn't matter to me. It's just a little bit of change. And yeah, that's how I run that. So let's see how close I came to that number that I just wrote down, going down this column, and I'll be right back. All right, so I get the same number I just wrote down. That means my math is mathing correctly. I am happy about that. $1,977 and 41 cents. We are good to go. Now this little sticky note here, I just take out the change from here because this is what I actually use to put in my paycheck budgets and my calendar. Let's see if I can find it really quick. So this $444 or $43.90 matches what I transfer from our checking to this savings account here. So as you can see, it's the same number. So I know I have the correct number to cover all the funds that I want to cover in my sinking funds. This is just the way I pay my bills. Again, half of these are bills that have a due date. Other half are things that we want to fund that we know are going to happen every year. Birthday, Christmas, activities, and just some extra funds there. Or, you know, these are bills. Up here are bills. Now, some of them are subscriptions, yes, and some of them aren't. And some of them are meant for the home. So it just depends on what your priorities are. I don't do high and low priorities. Everything is a priority. And these 15 items make up the future bills that I have to pay. So in order to make sure they stay in balance and that there's enough in the account to cover that one item by the time it's due, I make sure I put plenty in there. And it's a good habit to put $443 into savings on a regular basis. If you're used to your budget having that sinking fund amount every month, you will never be late on these bills, even though they happen once a year or quarterly. So that's just how I run my sinking funds. I've said it, I forget it, I don't even think about it. And it is what it is. So it works for me and I like doing that. So there you go. I have that done. I will go over just briefly the savings tracker here. If you saw my earlier videos, I did have a bonus come in. You only saw a little over a couple $1,000s of that bonus, and then a tithing of the bonus, and some extra change left in the checking account. But the rest of the bonus came here in the money market account. This is my savings tracker for money market account. It contains our emergency fund. That's 1 year fully funded. Again, this 1 year means it gives us enough cash to take care of our needs and wants. It includes lifestyle here. And it to supplement if my husband is no longer working. Though my husband absolutely loves his job now, and he is absolutely happy with it. I don't see him not having this job for a long time. So, and they love him, so it's working out great. It's still an emergency fund if he become incapacitated for some reason and we need a year to work things out. It's there. He does get military retirement, VA disability, and we have a son that pays rent. That offsets the cost of the rest of the bills for the year. So this is just, it's like we have a year's worth of savings of what his income is, not what his extra pays are. So it's complicated. Most people don't have this extra stuff going on. And I kind of think of it as a dual income, because he's actually making enough where if I had a full-time job and he had a full-time job, all of his income kind of combines to do that. So, which is crazy to think. Vacation fund, I fully funded that by $4,000 from the bonus, and that will probably be around October. That's our birth month, me and my husband. So October is our birthdays, and we'll be celebrating then. And then home fund, we need to do siding on the house. They have not called us to see if that part is in for money I put aside 3 or 4 months ago. And there you go. And then that's a money market account, so we get dividends. We had $34.76 in dividends. And then I did start year-end Roth IRA for this year. I have $7,000 in my Roth IRA that I put in this year, maxing it out. But I turned 50 in October, and so I want to, by December, put in another $1,000, which will give me the $8,000 I'm allowed if you're 50 and over. So if it lets me do that, that's what I'm going to do. So we're just going to move these numbers over because nothing's coming out of here. And I'm going to write these numbers with you. $29,052. $4,000, excuse me. And then this one, let's see, 9 plus 8. It's $17,634.57. $700 for this car fund. I don't know why I put $7. Oh, I must be getting tired. There we go. And then I have here 104.85 plus 34.76, and that is not 1,000. Jeez. Here I go. I'm tired. Okay. $139.61, and then $100 for that one. So plus 100 plus 700 plus 17,634.57 plus 4,000 plus 29,052. And that gives me a total of $51,626.18. I don't know if 17,000 is enough to cover for residing the house, but if it is, I hope to be able to pay for it in cash, and that's how I'm planning to do that. So savings tracker, sinking funds, we're good to go. This spending tracker actually just is a continuation of, let's see, this spending tracker here. So when I run out of space here, when I get towards the end of the month, I have a little bit more room over here, and that works. So let's see. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
Lead me out of darkness, give me a little faith, something to make me stronger, someone who could light the way. Then you came to me and you gave me reason. I almost can't believe it.